Hey.
Oh.
Yeah, that quick. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? Good to see y'all.
Hey.
Good to see y'all. We want to welcome everybody to
Story time. Story time. Story time.
I don't even know what was happening in the movement. I don't even know where I was going, but nevertheless, the body just be moving. The arms just be moving. Nevertheless, if you're new to this channel, welcome. Let me introduce myself.
Welcome.
I'm Bonnie G in the place to be. Hey. All right. And like I always say, if you didn't know, wherever the Ruach is, I kid you not, just call my name. My intention is to be in the building, okay? There. I want to be there. Let me see. Uncle Aaron, shalom. He says, and don't you scare this. Okay.
He's done.
All right. Well, we're not worried. Let's not get your mind on the cliff, okay?
Right.
Let's not focus, okay? Let's not focus on the cliff. That's neither here or there, Uncle. All right. But let me reintroduce you to the one, okay, who made that cliff possible. She is none other than Auntie Shelly on the beat. But hey, y'all had that clap on point. I felt that thing and I heard it, okay? It is the bump for me, all right, for us. Y'all know how we don't do that thing for ourselves. We used to, but now we do it for the community. Hashtag community minded as always. And y'all know before we dive into the book of Isaiah, yesterday we had the closing of the Ascension Isaiah.
Yes.
Which was an extension of chapter 6 in your regular chapter Isaiah. And so we just actually gave great detail what happened and what it was that Isaiah actually saw. Or Yesha-Yahu, we're going to give him his name back, all right? So we're going to go and follow us to Psalms 23, which says, Yahuwah is my shepherd, capital S. I shall not want, or we shall not want. He makes us to lie down in green pasture. He leads us beside the still waters. He restores our soul. He leads us in the circle of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though we walk in the valley of the shadow of death, we will fear no evil. For you are with us. Your rod and your staff, they comfort us. You prepare a table before us in the presence of our enemy. You anoint our heads with oil. Our cups run over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our life, and we will dwell in the house of Yahuwah forever.
That was you, right? That put in the make source for all of us. Okay.
Yes, community minded. Let us go into a quick word of prayer. Father, Yah, we thank you for allowing us to join and to be a part of Story Time. We pray that your presence will rest on this channel and on this lesson, on this reading on today. Father, Yah, may you be all up through it. I mean, you said where two, we here, and we got the crew are gathered in your name. You'll be in the midst. Whether you want to stand or you want to sit, Father, just be in here. Please. That's a please. There ain't no charge or no command, Father. But let your will be done on tonight. May everyone be blessed and encouraged. May your people know that you are real. And may they be, just help them to connect to their history and let them know that the people that we'll read about, they are relatives of ours. In Yahweh's name we pray. Amen.
Hallelujah.
I know. Woo-wee. All right. So, Auntie Shelly on the beat. Bump. Go ahead and give us a recap, if you will.
Well, as you know, we left Yesha-Yahu.
We did.
The Ascension. I mean, we're still in Yesha-Yahu.
Yes.
We're still in Isaiah. So he gave this prophecy to Hezekiah's son.
Yep.
To his son, to this Malabasha Marcus. What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Marshallah, Charles Boss. And we got to, actually for the recap, I wanted to do the
Septuagint.
Yeah, the Septuagint. Yeah. So go to verse 6 in chapter 8 of Isaiah, and this we're familiar with it. For unto us a child is born. So I'm going to do from 6 through 7 in the Septuagint.
Okay.
And I want you to hopefully look at yours while I'm reading and notice the subtle differences and see. It don't really change. Well, just listen. Okay. Verse 6. For a child is born to us, and a son is given to us, whose government is upon his shoulder. And his name is called the Messenger of Great Counsel. For I will bring peace upon the princes and health to him. His government shall be great, and of his peace there is no end. I'm not going to read the one in that part in italics. Upon the throne of David and his, and just upon the throne of David and his, I'll put that one in. Upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to establish it and to support it with judgment and with righteousness from henceforth and forever. The seal of the Lord of hosts shall perform this. So where you have, for unto us a child is born, a child is born to us. It's a little thing, but a big thing. But the biggest part is the government, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. No, our government is not going to be upon his government.
That's right.
So the way it's supposed to be run.
Yes.
There's a difference. The government we going through now, y'all vote for people and he gonna come to make that right. No, he's not. He's coming to take that away. His government is gonna be on his shoulder. I'm not taking none of this trash y'all been doing. Y'all not voting me in and out. Well. Okay, we know the throne of David to establish it and to support it with judgment and with righteousness.
Yes, that's important.
Why did I miss that? Okay, his government, again, his government, not the government, his government. So what is his government? Torah?
I thought you was going to let the people answer.
Oh, I should have.
You should have, but it's good.
I should have. And it doesn't say the zeal, because zeal and seal mean two totally different things. Means totally different things. So while as zeal, I think zeal means you have a zeal, like it's.
I
you all know what I'm. I know I can't explain it, but you have a zeal for something like it's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it happen. But this is seal, which means it's sealed, and we know that there are seals.
Mm-hmm.
We read about it in Revelations. In other words, this is sealed up. This is going to happen.
Yes.
When that seal gets open, Mashiach is sitting on that throne.
Yes.
And he's going to establish his government, not the government, his government. Because if you had different parts of the world, even in the United States, don't even have the same government. Because the United States is a whole country and every state is its own. United States is a company. Every state really is its own like sub-company within a company. That's why they're able to establish their own rules. The United States has different rules.
Yeah.
From state to state. But it's not united. It is, each state has rules concerning us.
Yeah. Absolutely. But it has to, because keep in mind, prophecy has to be fulfilled and go forth. So
so whatever gets you in Texas may not get you in California. So we just gonna kill them.
Well,
we just gonna give them death penalty. We just gonna kill them right away before we even find out they was really innocent. We'll figure that out later. We'll throw some money at the family and pay.
We're reading that in the medical part. And thank you, D. Wayne, for giving us this. Thank you so much. Okay, Brother Mandan did more. Okay, all right. And so where did we leave off at?
Verse 8.
Verse 8 on what chapter? Because I'm in 9.
Oh, we are in 9. I'm sorry.
Okay, I thought we was in 9.
Yeah, we are in 9. Verse 8. That's why.
All right, so yes, thank you, Dad. Dad goes on and says passionate drive. So you see that's the difference between a seal and passionate drive. Mm-hmm. Little things make sense because little things in the scriptures. I know we read it from the Septuagint, but it makes sense because it helps you get a deeper understanding. Yes. And then also these things change the context of the meaning. Yes. So our whole thing is getting a greater understanding so we can live the way the Most High intended for us to live outside these crazy walls. Okay. All right. So thank y'all for tuning in. Shalom to everybody. I see all the little shaloms. Again, listen, do not come for our clips. Okay. Auntie Linda, where you at?
Linda, don't act up today, please. Thank you.
D. Wayne, don't. Okay. Don't you do it. All right. I'm not going to call nobody else, Auntie Shani. I ain't calling nobody else. Uncle Aaron, don't you do it. Don't be tempted. Okay. All right. Nevertheless, that's the word in chapter 9.
So you starting from, okay. No, it's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead. No, go
Nevertheless, the dimness shall not be such as was in her vexation, when at the first he lightly afflicted the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, and afterward did more grievously afflict her by the way of the sea, beyond the Jordan in Galilee of the nations. The people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, upon them has the light shined. You have multiplied the nations and not increased the joy. They joy before you according to the joy in harvest. And as men rejoice when they divide the spoil, for you have broken the yoke of his burden and the staff of his shoulder, the rod of his oppressor, as in the day of Midian. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. For unto us as a child is born, unto us as a son, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, El-Gabar, or the Mighty El, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end. Upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal of Yahuwah Sabaoth will perform this. Adonai sent a word into Yaakov, and it has lightened up Yasharel. And all the people shall know, even Ephraim, and the inhabitants of Shomerah, that say in the pride and stoutness of heart, the bricks are fallen down with hewn stones. The sycamores are cut down, but we will change them into cedars. Therefore, Yahuwah has set up the adversaries of Ritzin against him and joined his enemies together, the Aramean before, and the Philistines behind, and they shall devour Yasharel with open mouth. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still.
Yeah, so basically they're saying, okay, we're going to have this devastation, but that's all right. We'll rebuild the way we want to. And Yahuwah's going to, but wrong answer.
I didn't give you that.
I'll tear that down too.
Yeah. That's pretty much like how, like, even though prophecy has to go forth, it's kind of like how our oppressors have done. He's like, I told you to, hold them in captives, but y'all didn't did I didn't tell you to do that.
Yeah. You went too far.
Yeah.
You went too far.
They made up, like you said, their own rules.
Yep.
13. For the people, what's going on? For the people turns not unto him that smites them, neither do they seek Yahuwah Sabaoth. Therefore, Yahuwah will cut off from Yasharel's head and tail, branch, and rush in one day. The ancient and honorable, he is the head, and the prophet that teaches lies, he is the tail. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Therefore Adonai shall have no joy in their young men, neither shall have mercy on their fatherless and widows. For everyone is a hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth speaks foolishness. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still.
Mm-hmm. So that's another one where you have Adonai, I have Yahuwah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
and I have an updated version.
Yes, they've been trying to mess. They know we reading it. Yep. Basically, Yahuwah is saying, I'm telling you, I'm about to bring destruction, and you already in your mind is saying, oh well, if that happens, we'll just fix it.
Yes.
Instead of you coming to me and repenting.
Yes.
You already trying to figure out how you gonna fix how I'm gonna judge you.
Yes.
He said, oh, okay. Don't play with me.
And then here it is, but his hand is still stretched out still. He didn't draw back his hand.
Because you didn't even have you didn't even come to me and say, sorry, help me get it right. You already trying to figure out how you gonna undo what I did. It's just like all these plagues he's bringing on. All these cities in the four corners of the earth. It's crazy stuff going on. But all they're thinking about is when this is done, we're going to rebuild. Fix it. That's what you think.
And that's when one of the things that Auntie Linda gives us on the Shabbat, when things that's going on, when they think they're going to rebuild after a flood or something. And then next thing you know, the following week, another flood hit.
Yep.
More rain come.
It's so much devastation. He like destroying stuff.
You thought. Thank you, Dad. He goes on to just give us the difference between zeal and seal. So like I mentioned before, he said zeal is a passionate drive. Then he also tells us seal and an established promise. So that's just a little, again, you can see how that changes the context of what we just read.
Yeah, because remember when he was talking to Daniel, I'm sure Daniel was like, what? He said, just seal it up. This ain't for you.
Yeah.
You're going to be asleep with your fathers when this happens. Seal it up. But he opens those seals.
Yes.
He opens all these seals.
And again, an established promise.
Yes.
Shalom, Auntie Cam. Good to see you. All right, so 13. Am I on 13?
18.
No, 18. I was trying to make sure. Thank y'all. I heard y'all. All right, for the wickedness burns as the fire, it shall devour the briars and thorns, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest, and they shall mount up like the lifting up of smoke. Through the wrath of Yahuwah Sabaoth is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother. And he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. They shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. Manasseh, Ephraim, Manasseh, and they together shall be against Yehudah. For all this his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. That's a whole poem that somebody got to write.
This is cannibalism.
Yeah.
Every man gonna eat his own. Or what are they trying to do? Right? Well, I'm not even gonna say trying. That's what
they're doing.
You can send your own DNA or your own blood somewhere, and they'll give you some meat produced by you.
Nope.
Produced by you. Or they putting human meat and stuff. Well, they've been doing that for a while too. Sorry, y'all, especially at McDonald's. Hate to have to tell you, them hamburgers. They have us eating ourselves. It's crazy.
Again, but this all prophecy.
It's all prophecy.
From a fallen people. Man. Somebody type in, my hand is stretched out.
Because you still think you're going to take care of the problem yourself. We're still, even though, a lot of us know better. We know we're not going to take care of the problem. We know we Hebrew, we ain't gonna take care of it, but there's still some people trying to take care of this problem by themselves. Reparations is trying to take care of the problem by yourself. And the money ain't real. Stop asking for fake money. It ain't real. It's not real. I don't know how many ways to say it. It ain't real. It ain't never
China
gonna be
just announced
real.
the dollar. They're no longer taking the American dollar because they know it's not real. I mean, everybody knows.
Yeah, that's why they killed Gaddafi in the first place.
Yeah.
Gaddafi said that stuff ain't real. Give me some gold.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. I'm Hussein. Give me some gold.
But people are, and it's important to recognize that it ain't real. But we also have to realize that we function within.
Yes, we need it right now. That's why you.
But don't be so. Your heart can't be tied to it.
Let it go.
Because your heart is tied to something that ain't really real. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Anytime someone can just choose to say, your dollar ain't worth much, you should just be concerned. Like if it's real, how do you determine what it's worth?
Yeah, there's no gold, no silver to back it up.
Nothing. Yeah. But again, we know these things. All right. Or some of us. And some of us are still learning. All right. Chapter 10. Woe unto them that decree unrighteousness decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless.
And notice it says, and that right, not RIGHT, WRITE. Mm-hmm. All these fake contracts, all the stuff to keep us down, all these laws, they write it all down. Absolutely. Yes, which they have prescribed.
Yep.
That's why it's important to remember back where it's talking about government. It's not the government he's coming back to establish. It's his government. Mm-hmm. Where all this stuff. No, what do you mean? It wasn't a bunch of contracts under his government. Your word was your bond. Your word was your bond. How it was supposed to be. That's what they went by.
Growing up, we used to hear a lot of people saying that. Your word is your bond. You don't hear that no more. Because they like,
It said if you said it in front of some witnesses, that's it.
Yep.
When they go to writing everything down, then be a little clause. Like it'd be 10 pages. All I'm doing is buying a cell phone.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing. What's all this? 10 pages. I bought a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Why I gotta sign all this? Because they sneak little stuff in there.
You're locked in. Your information is their information because you agreed to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what will ye do in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory? Without me, they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out.
That means they ain't learned yet.
Mm-hmm. Auntie Kim, she says, and yet they kill just to have it. Cartels, government paying assassins to take others out.
There you go.
And there yet, his hand is still stretched out. Still.
Yes.
There's time.
Yes.
I'm still giving you opportunity. That's my recollection. That's my understanding of it. I'm still giving here, even though I'm naming all this stuff, I'm still giving you an opportunity to come back in repentance. Because he's talking to Judah.
Yes.
He's talking to Judah.
Yes.
Judah is cutting up, okay?
Everybody's crazy. And if anyone has ever seen, have you ever seen John Wick?
Of course.
What John Wick get paid in?
Gold.
Gold. Don't give me no paper. Gold. I want real money.
That was all they was exchanging was gold. They was exchanging real money.
Give me gold.
I mean, if they used fake money, it was to cover up the gold, but yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
At the end of it, they was exchanging gold. All right. O Asher, the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation. And that smells so good. I wish you could smell it through the screen. My bad. I will send him against a hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge. to take the spoil and to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mirror of the streets. Howbeit, he means not so, neither does his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few. For he says, are not my princes altogether kings? Is not Calno as Carchemish? Is not Hamath as Arpad? Is not Shimron as Damascus? As my hand has found the kingdoms of the idols, and whose graven images did excel them of Yerushalayim and of Shimron. Shall I not, as I have done unto Shimron and her idols, so do to Yerushalayim and her idols? Wherefore it shall come to pass that when Adonai has performed his work, his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Ashur, and the glory of his high looks. For he says, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. And my hand has found as a nest the riches of the people, and as one gathers eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth. And there was none that moved the wing, or opened the mouth, or peeped. Shall the axe boast itself against him that hews therewith? Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shakes it? As if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift up itself, as if it were no wood. Therefore shall Adonai Yahuwah Sabaoth send among his fat ones leanness, and under his glory he shall kindle a burning like the burning of a fire. And the light of Yasharel shall be for a fire, and his Holy One, capital H and O, for a flame. And it shall burn and devour his thorns and briars in one day, and shall consume the glory of his forest, and of his fruitful field, both soul and body. And they shall be as when a standard bearer faints. And the rest of the trees of his forest shall be few, that a child may write them.
So here he's talking about somebody look up Asher, because I think that's Assyria.
I think it is.
Yeah. So he's saying, I sent the northern kingdom up to Assyria. But now the king of Assyria is bragging. So this is the king of Assyria bragging, and Yahuwah says, really? Is the Saul going to brag that he controlling the one? You only have them because I said, come take them. But now you acting crazy.
I put the saw in your hand, sir.
Yeah.
You didn't go and get that.
Yes, the only reason why you was able to take them is because I let you.
Right.
You ain't have been able to take them no other time. But you over there bragging, and guess what? You gonna get judged because you're doing too much. You're doing too much. So Isaiah is prophesying all this. He said, yeah, you're gonna take them, but so you're gonna get to acting up.
Yes.
And I'm gonna have to come get you.
Wow. All right. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Yasharel and such as are escaped of the house of Yaakov shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon Yahuwah, the Holy One, capital H and O, of Yasharel in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Yaakov, unto El Gibor, or the mighty El. For though your people Yasharel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. For Adonai Yahuwah Sabaoth shall make a consumption even determined, in the midst of all the land.
So he said again that remnant. He said, yeah, they number as the sand of the sea, but only a remnant has come back. It's just like if you picture all, like when you talk about all the sand on all the beaches in the world, and only one handful of sand came back.
That's crazy.
Because remember we read like how many people left the world, and like 53 was saved.
Yeah. Yeah,
it was like a lot. I can't remember the number. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. My bestie says Abram. He says Ashur, also known as Ashur, or okay, but you could have. I don't know how to say that.
Assyria.
No. Y'all can read it. Was the capital of an old Assyrian city-state, the Middle Assyrian Empire, and for a time of the Neo-Assyrian Empire.
Okay, so that's
information is brought to you by Wikipedia. Thank you. / Google.
So it is Assyria. Yeah.
Wow. But yes, when you were saying that, I was thinking about gathering all, like just having that handful of sand from all the sand from different beaches and different places. And sometimes sand is not even on the beach.
Right.
It don't necessarily mean
sand in the desert.
Absolutely. And this is a key to where they literally brainwashed us to think that we were the minority. But if you connect prophecy, there's no way we can be the minority. Sand is everywhere.
Yes.
He told
everywhere.
I will make your nation. What did he say? Your descendants greater than the number of sand of the. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's no way you can be the minority.
There's no way.
They're the minority.
Yes.
We're the
by
majority.
A long shot.
James wants me to tell you, very good, Abram. "24. Therefore says Adonai Yahuwah Sabaoth, O my people that dwell in Zion, be not afraid of Ashur or Assyria. He shall smite you with a rod, and shall lift up his staff against you, after the manner of Mitzrayim. For yet a very little while, and the indignation shall cease, and my anger in their destruction. And Yahuwah Sabaoth shall stir up a scourge for him according to the slaughter of Midian at the rock of Oreb. And as his rod was upon the sea, so shall he lift it up after the manner of Mitzrayim. And it shall come to pass in that day that his burden shall be taken away from off your shoulder, and his yoke from off your neck. And the yoke shall be destroyed because of the anointing." Boy, this is so crazy because I used to hear a lot of preaching on this.
Really?
Well, the anointing,
the
can
anointing.
Destroy the yoke. But when you look at it, he's talking about like really setting a people free, setting his people free. Not really like problems in your life. Not like that.
No, he's talking about
but like
people.
Bringing restoring a nation, people. A scattered nation.
Yes.
That has been oppressed, making the oppressors, release them or gaining their freedom in a sense.
Yes. And just look at Yahuwah's grace and mercy. I'm about to put y'all into captivity, but don't worry, you're not going to stay there.
Yes.
He's still giving them hope.
Yes.
Don't get to thinking I just don't love you no more. But for right now, you're going to the corner. You're getting a whooping.
Yeah.
But it don't mean I don't love you. I'll be back.
Yeah.
But right now, you're getting a whooping.
And here's the thing. He says, and for a very little while, what we are experiencing now, he only sees it as a little while.
Yeah, because to him.
Because he's out of time, right?
Yeah.
We in time, but he operates out of time. So it's just like, he's like, don't worry, I'm going to come back.
And like y'all wasn't even there a day.
Yeah. He's like, what you complaining for?
Y'all was in there a few hours. What?
What you complaining for? He wasn't there in a long time. But he going to come back and he going to start chopping up folks, All right. 28.
8, okay.
And he is come to Ayath. He is passed to Migron, at Michmash. He has laid up his carriages. They are gone over the passage. They have taken up their lodging at Gibeah. Ramah is afraid, and Gibeah of Shaul is fled. Lift up your voice, O daughter of Gileam. Cause it to be heard unto Laish, or O poor Anathoth. Madmenah, let me see. Madmenah is removed. The inhabitants of Gibeon gather themselves to flee. As yet shall he remain at Nov that day. He shall shake his hand against the mount of the daughter of Zion, the hill of Jerusalem. Behold, Adonai, Yahuwah Sabaoth, shall lock the bow with terror, and the high ones of stature shall be hewn down, and the haughty shall be humbled, and he shall cut down the thickets of the forest with iron, and Lebanon shall fall by a mighty one.
Okay.
There you go, Auntie Linda. Auntie Linda said, "Oh, we got a time out. Now they get times up." I like the way you put that.
Yes. But okay. So he's talking to right now. Isaiah's talking about the Assyrian captivity. Okay. So that's the northern tribe. The tribes that went first. So that's right now. This is everybody but us.
Okay.
So, because Shamaron is really Samaria, because remember the northern kingdom went first.
Yes.
And he's saying, but I'm going to bring you back. And then in okay, wait. 29. They are gone, and he said, I'm going to bring you back after the manner of Mitzrayim. And we know when they left Egypt, what did he do? How did he get them out of, well, I'll say.
He crossed the river? The Jordan?
The Red Sea.
Red Sea, thank you, my bad.
So he says, so Assyria, when you go into Assyria, I'm going to bring you back, or I'm taking you out of there, not bring you back. I'm taking you out of there in almost like manner that I did Mitzrayim. So something's going to happen in that land and you're going to leave.
Yeah.
You're going to leave. You're not going to back to Yesha-Yahu at a time, but I'm going to give you a way of escape. So he says, just 11. They are gone over the passage. They have taken up their lodging at Gibeah. This is why I hate that they just want to translate every single name and country except for, well, where is Gibeah? We know they're in Assyria. Assyria is like Russia, Turkey, all that area, right?
Where's Gibeah?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm just saying where Assyria is. So it has to be somewhere up there. And I don't know. I never really looked at the map up there really because I'd be so busy looking at us, Yehuda. Yeah. But I know that because remember we told you Russia and the U.S., like Alaska, has the Bay Bridge.
Wow.
They wanted to build a bridge at first, and they was like, nah, dude, what you talking about? Like Russia wanted to build a bridge, and they was like, no, because they knew we would know. And you can't mess up the map.
Yeah.
If you do that. But I know that up there's some kind of river, some kind of body of water that dries up at certain parts of the year.
Mm.
And I remember reading this, I want to say it was in Ezra. And I was like, And that's why sometimes you'll hear people say, when Columbus got here, okay, we know they weren't Indians. I know they saying that to throw us off, that you took a Hebrew interpreter because you knew some of those people was Hebrew. They can say Indian. We ain't talking about the $5 Indians. We ain't talking about them. It's a whole bunch of Indians don't look like us. You really have to look close at their face and go, that's not an Indian. That's a Hebrew. If you really looked at pictures of those old pictures, you'll be able to tell what's a Indian and who looks different.
Yeah.
You'll be able to tell. So that's just something I'm just throwing out there in case anyone has ever heard of that. Like, he brought them out. And that's something we're just never told. We're just saying, oh, they're lost.
Mm-hmm.
He said, no, they ain't lost. I made a promise. I was bringing them out because the king gonna act a fool.
Yes.
And I'm bringing them out.
And we saw this when he did dry up the Jordan for Benjamin.
Yes.
Yeah. So we see him doing this.
So it's no big deal. He dried up the Red Sea, dried up Jordan. Like, it's no big deal.
And when Elijah, before he ascended, he dried up another, I think it was the Jordan again, but he dried it up again to walk across it.
Yeah, so you have to think like
Elijah and Elisha.
Are some of the Eskimos Hebrew? Because you
some
end
of
up
these
in
words
Alaska.
are just made up, just like African American is trademarked. Yeah. Eskimo. Some of these Eskimos, stuff is just it's just a label
to throw us off. There's no such thing as an Eskimo. Who they come from?
Right.
You have to come from somebody.
Yeah.
And I know like that part of Russia when you cross over, you're in Alaska, pretty much. So did some stay there and some kept like. I'm just throwing that out there as food for thought.
Well, chew on it because I know the food up here smell good. Okay. All right. I am 11. Oh, thank you.
Chapter 11. Yeah.
And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse or Yeshai, and a branch, capital B, shall grow out of his roots. Now let's just, for the sake of it, who's the branch, y'all? Just listen, who's the stem of Jesse and who's the branch? Just, play with me a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Let us
engage with me a little bit.
Yeah. Let's see if y'all know a little something.
Verse 2. And the Ruach Yahuwah shall rest upon him, and the Ruach Hakmah and Binah.
So Hakmah is the spirit of wisdom.
And Binah
is understanding.
And Ruach Etzah,
counsel,
and Gevurah,
might,
and Ruach Da'ah,
knowledge,
and Yerah of Yahuwah,
spirit of fear, awesome reverence,
and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of Yahuwah. And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ear. But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the bread of his lips shall he slay the wicked. And the righteousness shall be the belt of his loins, and faithfulness the belt of his reins. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them, and the cow and the bear shall feed. Their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox, and the suckling child shall play on the hole of the asp. And the weaned child shall be his hand, shall put his hand on the cockatrice den. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of Yahuwah as the waters cover the sea.
Yes,
so you see, this is a great expanse here for us coming into the knowledge of Yahuwah.
And this is when Yahuwah, remember it says out of Jesse, when Yahushua takes that throne. It's the same like when we're reading in 9 about that. This is the government, his government.
Being restored.
He said he's not going to judge from his eyes or his ears. You know why? Because there's AI. You ain't fooling me with that. That's not Levon. Please. Because now the world is going to turn to you. They're going to, we saw you. But you could do that in Photoshop.
Yes.
I could put you anywhere I want.
Yes.
With an AI or Photoshop. I could put you somewhere you've never been.
Yeah. And they also have those, you literally took,
Yes. I could put you in a movie. I can copy your voice. That's what these things are doing. When you do your little Face ID, even when you can't even escape it.
It's doing
like
it right now.
It's taking our pictures every time we own it. And so Yahuwah is saying, you can bring all the pictures you want, Devil, Hasatan, Simjaza, whatever your name is, all the names he got. That's not her. That's not him. Dude, did you really try to get that by me? Like, I don't know my children. Well, you better get up out of here with them pictures and them slideshows and them all that stuff you wrote down with your laws. This going according to me.
Yes.
It's going to go back to how it was supposed to be. This is how Adam and Kua lived. Yes. A cockatrice, I believe, is a snake. I know an asp is. It's a very poisonous snake.
Didn't know that.
So they're gonna all dwell together. The lion ain't nobody. They're gonna be eating straw. All the animals are vegetarian.
Okay. Oh, okay.
They're not gonna hunt each other because it's going to be my government. Ain't nobody going hunting.
Boy,
ain't nobody eating burgers, lamb.
Sorry, James.
Bear. No, you're not. You're killing no one and nobody. No animal. It's not going to happen. Go on over there and play with the bees. Girl, go outside and play with the bees.
Oh, it says a cockatrice is a mythical beast. Two-legged dragon or something like that.
See, so I don't know what they was meaning. Yeah, the wolf and the lamb hanging out, the leopard and the kid.
Wow.
Calf and the young lion, the family together. It's going to be just like in the time of Adam and Kua, before the fall.
Listen,
hanging out with the animals.
Girl, I was all the way at Lowe's on a huge ladder, and I'm glad you broke that
what
down.
What ladder was you on?
Oh, no, I'm a little embarrassed to say. I'm going to go ahead and read Auntie Kim's thing. She said, put things back in order as it should have been. I did not get that. I'm thinking.
What was you getting? Seriously, tell us.
Listen, I don't want to tickle nobody's spirit. No, they didn't get that. I'm not tickling nobody's spirit tonight.
Okay? It had nothing to do with government?
It ain't had nothing. I didn't see that. Listen. I didn't see that.
We're not going to. I don't know what she saw.
Wow.
But even though it's like saying it, cow and the bear, lion and eat straw.
At Lowe's, okay? Wasted my gas.
Oh, you went to the wrong. It was a sale that day.
It was a sale, girl. I'm glad I didn't say it on this live. All right.
And look, it says, and the sucking child shall play on the hole. That's a baby.
I got whatever I got, it was wrong. But I'm glad I got it wrong. Because I'm glad I didn't. Listen, don't buy.
But see this restoration. Remember the person that had the baby? I can't remember who it was. And the baby ran out and got the.
That was Kua.
No, that was her.
And got the blade of grass. Yeah, but it still didn't help me now.
Okay, but I'm just,
Listen, just let me make my way back from Lowe's.
Okay, come on
I'm
back.
gonna get on verse 10. All right, thank y'all. You're so patient. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. Who is that root? Did somebody say who the root is? Because Auntie Linda says we are. Let me read that again. And in that day, there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. So it ain't us.
It can't be us. It's an ensign of the people or sign
ensign,
of the people. Or
so I'm gonna leave that out. It's not, but I'm telling you that it ain't us. You don't even now. This one you don't have to go to Lowe's. It ain't that deep. You know it.
Yeah, it's not that deep. Don't dig too deep. You miss it.
Save your gas money. All right. All right. To ensign of the people, to it shall the other nations seek, and his rest shall be glorious.
So all the other nations are going to seek him, and his rest is going to be glorious. Who is it?
Oh, she said, we are the branch, is what I mean. Okay.
Who's the root?
Who's the root, though? The root came first.
Who's the root of Yesha?
She's like, that's somebody else going to answer that one. Don't be sitting there calling Auntie Kim.
You all know the answer.
You do.
You're just thinking too deep.
Yep, you do know the answer. And it shall come to pass in that day that Adonai shall set his hand. Doesn't read different? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna just say Yahuwah. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahuwah shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathrock and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea.
That's everywhere.
Yes, Dad says the root of Jesse is Hamashiach.
You know we did not want you to answer.
I didn't mind it though. Auntie Linda says, Miss Bonnie said branch, the root is Hamashiach. Ma'am, no, don't you get me. I said the stem of Jesse and the branch shall grow out of
his roots.
I did mention stem.
But we said from Jesse, so it's still the same answer. But the branch, I mean, okay, if you want to go technical, since we're Judah,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, Jesse is our grandfather, but we can't do this stuff.
No.
So that's why it disqualifies us.
No.
Yeah.
You can die on the tree if you want to. you ain't gonna bring back order.
Yeah, we have no government.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So yes, it's Yahusha Hamashiach is the root. Absolutely. All right. And he shall set up, oh, nope, I'm on 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nation and shall assemble the outcasts of Yasharel and gather together the dispersed of Yehuda from the four corners. I had to use my braces to say that, okay? Corners, all right? Get that, not roundness, not globe, corner. Flat earth, okay? Corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversary of Yehuda shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Yehuda, and Yehuda shall not vex Ephraim.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Ruach be right on time. This is exactly what Moray was talking about on Shabbat. There needs to be peace between these two. It's too much beef going on. And so he came to establish that peace because y'all got a job to do.
Y'all do, and the job ain't over.
The job ain't together.
Auntie said replay. Okay, you're right. Okay. Okay, you got me, maybe. I don't know. You right.
Who said that, Linda?
Uh-huh. I think you are right. I probably did say branch first. All right.
You did because it's in the scriptures.
Yeah, so you're supposed to say, but you're supposed to know what I mean. Okay? You're supposed to know that.
Yeah.
All right. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines towards the west, and they shall spoil them of the east together, and they shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. And Yahuwah shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Mitzrayim sea, and with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the 7 streams, and make men go over dry shud. Hey, Uncle! That's Uncle Bird right there.
Oh.
Thank you for my birthday gift, by the way. Okay, so here we see this again. Remember, he said we're going to take you just like we did in passing times as Egypt, right? Or Mitzrayim. Here you see it. It says, mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river and shall smite it in the 7 streams and make men go over dry shud. I am. And there shall be a highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like as it was to Yasharel in the day that he came out of the land of Mitzrayim or Egypt.
So he said, everybody didn't leave when they should have. He said, but I'm getting them back.
Yes.
Like I said, it's no, I'm Yahuwah Sabaoth.
Listen.
I control this. If I tell the water to dry, it's going to dry.
the wind. Okay, listen, this is why we have to understand that creation is alive, and once it gets in sync with obedience, the fact that he's creating a way of escape for his people in such a miraculous way is just like, wow.
Yes.
And it's crazy because only knew the one time he did it. I didn't know he did it.
Well, I just knew the twice. The Red Sea and Jordan.
I didn't know that. Now he's going to do a third time.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have known that because I wasn't in the scriptures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's amazing to see that no matter what chaos unfolds, Yah is still going to provide a way out for his people.
Yep. And they just gonna walk across, because remember when he first created earth for us to live in, you could get anywhere on the earth you wanted to without going through the water.
Yes.
All that kind of stuff happened with sin and with the flood, and then man digging his own tunnels. He said,
Suez Canal.
If it wasn't supposed to be there, it's drying up.
Yes.
You coming across on land.
It's falling
back
under.
How we coming across on land? All this other shit. Nope, it's going back to where it was at the beginning.
That's beautiful, y'all.
When Adam and Kuah was here.
It's just beautiful.
All together.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a powerful scripture, y'all. That's so dope. You should underline it, but I ain't gonna tell you what you should do.
And it also says, like, they shall spoil them of the. In other words, they giving us stuff.
Yes, great substance.
They're giving us great substance, and it ain't gonna be no fake money, no CDCs, no digital currency.
No,
stop looking for that.
But see, it's crazy because this is why it's so important to see us in the scriptures.
Yes.
Because you've seen it in past times. So it's not like this ain't true, because your ancestors been doing this. You know, it's just, I guess it's the 2023 version of it. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you know how we look at our ancestors and like, okay, we are descendants from them.
Yeah.
So basically nothing new is under the sun. So we just have to go our version through it, if that makes sense.
Yes. Each generation.
Yes.
Hopefully each generation learns more and more and more. And we get back to it.
Absolutely. That is so beautiful. Chapter 12. And in that day you shall say, O Yahuwah, I will praise you. Though you were angry with me, your anger is turned away, and you comforted me. Behold, El is my Yeshua, or salvation. I will trust and not be afraid, for Yahuwah is my strength and my song. He also is become my salvation. Therefore, with joy shall ye draw water out of the wells of Yeshua, or salvation. And in that day shall ye say, praise Yahuwah, call upon his name, declare his doings among the people, make mention that his name is exalted. I just want to say, it doesn't say make mention of a title. It just says make mention of his name. So his name may be exalted. This is important because this is something that we as his people have to do. Sing unto Yahuwah, for he has done excellent things. This is known in story time.
Your hair was still moving.
It's known in story time.
Oh, I don't like her.
Well, Auntie Linda said that I got some telltale signs, so I'm trying to trick you.
Are you trying to not?
I mean, I'm not trying to trick you, but I'm trying to be more low stealth mode, because she says she can see it. She can see it when I'm cliffing. So I don't know if I have to put her in a waiting room.
Yeah, right. Put her on over there so nobody can see her chat. But notice that emphasis is placed on that name.
Yes, it is.
That name. Like when we were saying salvation, those of you who have the book, when Yeshua is not capitalized and not bold, it just means salvation. And so that's why the name is important. Like, and Yahuwah and Yeshua, their names have to literally be, you almost saying one while you're saying the other.
Well, because his name means he exists to save.
Yeah. You can't have Jesus and God.
Yeah.
That it makes no sense. Even when Gabriel came to Mary and said, they say Jesus because he shall save his people from their sins. If Jesus don't mean salvation, then that can't be the name.
And
that's logic. Yeshua does. It means salvation.
Yeah, he exists to save. Absolutely.
Yes. So when it's capital, it's a person. When it's lowercase, it's the thing salvation. He came to do.
Absolutely.
And it has to be the names have to intertwine, or none of them are any good.
And listen, this is a beautiful thing because this stuff haven't come to pass. This is Yesha-Yahu prophesying.
This is prophecy that has not happened.
Hasn't happened. And so he's saying, in the midst, why do you gotta wait?
Yeah.
And you know that these things are coming. You know I'm going to provide a way of escape for you. You know I'm going to make sure, the people give back in great substance to you. Sing. Exalt my name.
Yes.
Sing to me, whether it's in key, out of key. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta, it don't matter. Just sing to me. All right?
Yeah, we used to have this song that, I shouldn't say used to be, it's still a song. Don't wait till the battle's over. Shout now. You know, in the end, you're gonna win.
Sing it.
So,
well.
Go ahead.
Listen, it ain't gonna be my lyrics. It ain't gonna be their lyrics. It'll be my interpretation.
Hey, I could do a good ad lib. Like where them?
Okay, we was the first TikTok. All right. The name, Dwayne, he says the name of Yahuwah is a strong tower. Absolutely.
Yes, it's that name.
And can nothing take a strong tower out, right? Like, I don't care how hard that water beats on that strong tower, that it ain't taking it out. It's going to withstand the elements of its surrounding, its environment. That's how Yahuwah is.
Yes.
He's greater than that.
They took his name out. It's powerful.
It is. And it withstands the element of this toxic environment.
And also demons cannot stand to hear that name.
No.
That's why they really, really took it out. Like,
and that's why a lot of people fight.
Yes.
It's due to like lack understanding too.
Yeah.
There's that. Because I remember I fought against it when my dad was telling me, I was like, I don't care what you call him. I'm going to call him this. And then I'm going to prove you that you were wrong. And prove them right. Y'all heard me say the story all the time. But it vexes your spirit a little bit when you sit there and say his name is not this, it's this.
How you just gonna change somebody and you get mad at somebody spell your name wrong?
Yeah. I get mad when people used to call me Laverne and there's not an R in it. Okay, it's just laziness. Go ahead.
I was gonna say also, like in the church system, a lot of people still see the Son and the Father as the same entity instead of two different entities.
Yeah.
So like when they say God, then they're talking about Jesus and vice versa.
Yeah. And you know what? I did too. I did. Remember,
we all did.
I wish my friend was watching.
We all did the little egg, the shell. The
girl, yes, that was my thing, and she was so confused. I have a friend that practiced Muslim, and she was like, "I'm so confused about, She was like, "So is he one or is he two?" And I was like, "You know what? You got eggs at your house,
Because that's what we was taught. I was taught that egg thing too.
I said he's just like that. You know how you got the white shell, then you got the like the white part of the egg, then you got the yolk. He's all of that. And she was like, I'm even more confused I was.
But especially like if you say that to now because I think about how crazy it is, but think if you a chef. The chef will go, but I don't cook the shell. Yeah. And sometimes I separate the yolk from the white.
Yeah. So they
now what? Now what? It's not one anymore. I use this for some holiday sauce. I use this for something else. And so now what we got?
And the shell is never used.
The shell is never used. So
the shell is toxic.
So if you saying one is the Father, one is the Son, and one is the Holy Spirit, which one are we never using? Oh. Well, which one are we throwing away? You ain't eating the shell. I don't think you are.
But oh wow.
Listen, I'm saying, some people teach his own, but I'm just saying most people don't eat the shell. You throw it away. So which part of the Trinity are you throwing away?
Listen, that's a whole discussion that
I'm just saying,
I felt so bad, and if I can ever go back,
Yeah, I know.
Like, you know what? I cringe at that thought that I gave that as my. Yep. You got eggs at home?
Yeah.
Wow,
girl, that was me
Bonnie,
too.
really? That's
that
what you come up with? Dwayne says, even in martial arts, learning how to fight, they are holier. I don't know.
I don't. They holler, yeah.
I'ma sock you.
You know what? You know what? What?
Well, I'm not. That's not gonna get read twice. That's not. We're not reading that one. I mean, I'm sure you have other examples, Dwayne. I mean, you got over 30 years, man.
What does that even mean?
He's trying to say that they say yeah in the. You got more examples. That's the one you went with, okay?
I'm done.
At that point, we should
how silly our assembly is. Do we have company? Like, what company think we crazy?
Why would you go that way, okay? Auntie Kim says the shell is used in the garden for calcium.
Oh, okay. Hey, if you got a garden.
There you go.
Okay. At least it's something like, but most people throw it away.
You right. But you look.
Okay, but hey, you should do something. Okay, what is it?
Never mind. I'm not even gonna go there. I don't even know. But y'all, thank y'all for rocking with us. Yeah, y'all get Dwayne, get y'all cousin, get y'all family. 40 years, and that's what you got to throw in the comment section. We appreciate it though, because
see, Yahoo has sense of humor.
Yes, I mean that tickled somebody. It tickled my spirit too. All right, y'all. So tomorrow we're gonna be back in the book of Yesha-Yahu, aka Izzy. I feel like they used to call the prophet Isaiah Izzy, because he's one of us. Dwayne, you don't have to elaborate it.
Yeah, please, no, don't.
Nope, you don't. But we're gonna be back in Isaiah. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
13.
I thought we was on 12. And then you shall say.
Yes, we're on 12.
Okay. No, really, the sound coming out. Dwayne, shut your. Just log off, Dwayne.
Is he trying to still justify?
No, he had another one. He ain't justifying ER. He gave us a different one. But you know what? You right.
I gotta see what it is. Oh well, I don't see it.
I see.
Really good.
No, when you see the
sounds
one.
Like, the sound coming out of a battle sounds like Okay. Now I'll give him that one.
Oh my bad. For some reason I saw that A as a O, and I was like, a bottle. So that's not you. It's me. Okay.
But remember when Japan. It was Japan. When they attacked Pearl Harbor, they were saying Torah, Torah, Torah. They spelled it Tora. That's why I know something was up. Y'all was remember because when we read the
Negro questions.
Yes, that those Japanese people was really us.
Yes.
They must have been doing something to them, and they was like, nah. We standing by Torah, y'all messing with us.
That was so crazy. That whole series of book, y'all. I know we're talking a little bit, but the whole series of the Negro question was such a trip because here you have a writer, an author that was not even trying to center. He was literally coming from a Christianity perspective, but yet validating that as Christian or as African Americans, we were the Hebrews. It was the craziest thing
in Japan, and that but it makes sense
because it wasn't his original intent. That's why I said it wasn't his intention. If you read the book, it's still a great book and a great series to collect.
Because ain't nobody yelling Torah but a Hebrew.
Ain't nobody.
Sorry.
I mean, engrafted ones are. Yeah.
Okay. Well, but that wasn't the case with Japan. And notice whenever you conquer a nation, you take it over.
Yes.
The U.S. did not take over Japan. They put new people there.
Yes, they did.
That's why Chinese don't like for you to call them Japanese.
Yes.
They don't.
And they
know the original ones.
The original ones and tucked us in the hood.
The ones they didn't kill with Hiroshima and Nagasaki with them bombs.
Yes. You can get those books on Amazon. It's called The Negro Question. And I would say we have it on Storytime, but we only have the last book because that's when we started YouTube. We actually read the Negro question on Facebook.
Yeah,
but it's a great series, and you should definitely read it. But just understand, he's not coming from a Hebraic
He's
perspective.
just doing history.
He's just doing history and research. That's it.
He got photos, everything.
Everything. Listen, receipts. Okay. All right. We'll see you guys. Thank you so much. And ladies, thank you for checking us out tonight. We hope that you learned something tonight. We'll check you out tomorrow, same time. See y'all.
See y'all. Yeah. Nah, let me stop. I'm sorry. That's just funny. I'm just going to be at home. Just going to bust out laughing.
Thank you, Dwayne. I mean,
yeah.